It's good to it feels very positive to have someone in there saying, well, this is from the male perspective, and not that Kurt is but he is the most male, you know, like the most out there perspective possible. Kurt's my friend. I love him. I'm not on Facebook, so I don't read his crazy rants. Like he gets something from going after people, making them mad, that is not representative of me at all. You know, I've asked him, can you just stop? Because it comes back to me. Because he writes for the show, it's a bigger story because of our connection. And so whatever tangent he's gone off on, I have not agreed with, and it's been really upsetting to me seeing someone that I care about hurt themselves like this. And so, you know, right now there's no plans for the TV show to come back in any time in the near future. So nobody's on my staff. There are no writers. I think people, you know, they want his head. They want to burn him at the stake. And
you want?
I want them to not attach me to what he's writing, and I would love to refocus the energy and the attention on the real problem, which is I feel people understanding is about rape.
Yes.
And what's consensual and what's not, and because they really the way that he's been gone after, because he baits people. He's the problem, no question. But the focus is on him rather than on what the real main problem is.
You mean a smart understanding of what rape has become and what we're now understanding about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at what's happening on campuses, and you look at a whole range of places.
Right.
Where people in 2016 are stepping forward who did not step forward before. Yeah,
I think it's great that people are stepping forward, and if it's not done in a way that Kurt feels is right, it's, you know, that's really upsetting to hear. It's like we all need to be empowering each other, but to focus your energy on online trolling, if I did that, I wouldn't get anything done. Let's focus on actually getting the problem done. And I was sexually assaulted. I encourage women to come out, and I want men to hear what happened, so that there's no confusion, because there are people have different understandings of what sexual assault is, what rape is. So let's all get on the same page so that it happens less.
It is extraordinary when you see somebody come out and make an accusation, and then all of a sudden, you know, especially if it's with somebody well-known, all of a sudden you see people who have experienced the same thing.
Yeah.
And step forward to say, me too.
Yeah.
But I was afraid to speak out.
Yeah. I think it's good. It's helpful, and it makes people feel less alone. And it's such an unfortunate, awful thing with all these gray areas where you don't know, because of things like this, where there's so much victim shaming. Right. When a woman says they were assaulted, a lot of people's first reaction is to say, no, you weren't. Like, why? What were you? What was the situation? Yeah. And it's just...
What were the circumstances?
Yeah,
how late was it?
They treat it like the Salem witch trials, and it's just... It's really unfair, and it makes women not want to come forward.
Was it hard for you to talk about it? You?
Was it hard for me to write about it? Yes. It was a really hard thing to revisit. It was painful because I feel like when I'm reading my journals, it feels like I'm reading about another girl. And I feel bad for her. I feel for her, and my heart breaks that happened. And that my first reaction was, because the guy felt so bad, my first reaction was to comfort him. And that's really sad to me. And that's not how it should be. And so, yeah, I'm hoping that some people read that, and you know, on one side it makes them think, oh, this is not okay, and maybe it'll stop them from doing something, and a woman might be more likely to realize that it's unfair and that something's been taken from her, and speak out about it.
Do you feel today, because of the power that you have, from the success you have had, and the fact that your success has been defined in part because you're willing to confront what you believe and say, has given you more power. In other words, the success has given you a power that's even more than you'd had before to be open about what you think and feel, and you're less worried about any risk to, quote, career.
No.
You still have that risk?
Yeah, it doesn't make me change my behavior, but I think I'm every day more at risk to hurt my career.
Because the bigger you are, the bigger the game you are, and the more people want to somehow engage you in some way.
Right, and kind of take me down. Like, there are organized things online of people trying to literally end my career. But
and
that doesn't...
how does that affect you?
It's upsetting, and then it goes very quickly from me being upset to being angry and making me want to work harder.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't feel victimized for very long. It just fires me up, and it says, no, I'm really not going to back down now.
See, that's what I mean, though. I mean, you have that sense, I'm not backing down anymore. I mean, what you have found in yourself is not only success, but confidence. It's
confidence, but it's also, I have an expectation for myself to be honest and be proud of how I'm living. So do I think it'll hurt my ticket sales on the road that I'm so vocal about being a Hillary supporter? Yes. I think...
But do you care that much? Are you so
about Hillary being elected?
No, I know how much you care about that. You made that very, very clear.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I mean, do you care about how it affects ticket sales, or are you
not enough to not say
exactly.
it? Yeah, no. I'm going to say what I mean and what I think and live in a way I'm proud of.
The people are not. I mean, I think people come to see you because they find you really entertaining and funny and smart and interesting.
Thank you.
And well, that's true. And your politics are not going to keep them from being entertained by you.
But it does. But it does somewhat. Yeah, it's people who, you know, just in the same way. If I found out right now that one of my good friends from high school was planning on voting for Trump,
you would?
I would really pull back from the friendship. That's such a huge, huge line.
It's a value-defining
value and just
character.
Yeah, all of it. So, you know, I think that people. I think if I kept my mouth shut about my real feelings about politics or gun violence, I think financially and career-wise, it would be financially better for me. But I don't care.
Is your attraction to the candidacy of Hillary more about her, or more about and the values and the position she has, more so than the fact that she is a historic candidacy?
Oh, yeah, that's a good way of saying that. I don't care that she's ever gotten her period or had a baby. I care about what a great candidate she is. Yeah. I've loved her for so long. I've been a fan of hers forever, and I think the work that she's done, and she's so crazy overqualified, and it's not because I want a woman in the White House. I really don't care about that. I think that's an exciting thing, and that it'll be good for little girls and whatever. Just in the same way I wasn't interested in the race of Obama. It's like I wanted him to win. It's her.
You wanted him to win against her?
No. I was excited about Hillary, but once it became her, I was very. I mean, once it became him. But in
2008, you were excited about?
I was very excited about Barack.
Yeah.
Once he was the candidate.
No, but once he won the nomination.
Right.
But before that, when he was running against Hillary, you were...
I was hoping Hillary would be.
Hoping Hillary would win.
Yeah.
How do you think he'd been as president?
I love him. I'm going to miss him so much. I'm so sad.
What were you going to miss? The style, the intelligence?
His smile. No,
what I mean? His playlist?
Yeah. No, I thought his playlist was a little weird.
Did you really? Why?
I don't know. It was just like a little date. Whatever. Right. That's not what's important. But yeah,
it's not important, but it's interesting.
Yeah. I'm not like he can do no wrong. No, it was good. He had some D'Angelo on there. It was cool. But I don't know. It was so all over the place.
Well, what surprised you most on that playlist? I have it right here.
You have it? Oh, cool. Let's look at it. Do you?
I do, yeah.
Let's look at it.
Yeah,
why not?
Well, it'll take me a minute to get it. I mean,
we have time. Don't they edit this?
No, we don't edit.
Did they edit that out of CBS the other day?
I didn't see it because I'm there, so I didn't see it. Our joke.
Yeah, our joke.
No.
They
you mean about snoozing? Which joke?
When you said how long.
Oh, yes.
Did they take that out?
I hope not, but let's do it now.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about it.
So I said to him about how long you think this relationship will last? What did I say?
No, you just said we were talking about my relationship with Ben.
And I said how long, and I really meant.
I know what you meant.
Yeah, exactly. But what did you do?
You just said how long.
How long?
And I said,
I don't know if they edit it out or not, but we're certainly not going to edit it out.
We won't edit it out.
I promise you, we're not going to edit it. Now, that's comedic talent.
Thank you.
No, it is, isn't it? I mean, you think that way.
Yeah, as soon as you said that, I thought.
You play off of words.
Yeah.
Words, meaning, and you have associations, and you know what's funny.
I think so.
Yeah, but so you said that.
Yeah. It made you laugh.
Of course it did.
I caught you off guard.
Everybody at the table laughed, too.
Yeah,
None more than me.
Moment. Yeah,
because I caught it because I knew what I meant.
Yeah.
And to watch you take it to that place.
And I really took my time with it, too.
That's the other thing. The timing was stunning. It was like...
I just stretched out that moment. Just, it's a rare,
But that is what
moment.
it is in terms of that's the gene you have.
Yeah.
You know, the ability to see sort of that there's funniness.
Yeah.
In something like that. But back to Hillary for a second.
Hillary.
You were for her against Barack, and then when Barack won, you were all in for Barack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. How much of how you feel politically is anti-Trump? I mean, I know people that care about her. They don't really care about him. It's not so much there.
It's just...
they're not...
Well, who even really knows what he stands for? It's such
Or does he mean what he says?
Right. It's just so... It's such a farce. It's awful. I think we all thought it was kind of funny.
Right.
When it started. It was like, oh, my God, Trump, that's hilarious.
The man from The Apprentice is going to be president.
Yeah, and then once it became a reality that he was the candidate, it was just... It's so disturbing. It's idiocracy. I don't even talk about Trump in my stand-up because it's just shooting fish in a barrel.
It's shooting fish in a barrel.
What are we talking about? Yeah, it's just, yeah.
What's the most contemporary thing you talk about in your stand-up today?
Contemporary?
Yeah. Timely.
Politically?
Yes.
I talk about Hillary and meeting her, and I talk about gun violence.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah. I think those are the two of the most...
People, I know this from talking to lots of comedians and having them at the table. You know, shaping stand-up is hard work.
Yes, it is. It's time-consuming and hard.
It's joke by joke, isn't it?
I mean,
and it's testing
15
by
seconds,
testing.
Yeah, it's after a full weekend of a bunch of shows, I might get a new 10 seconds out of a new 10 seconds in what I'm trying to shape for an hour set. It's a lot of work. Yeah.
And you. I mean, I've talked to them, and they go to clubs and just test it.
Yep.
Go up and you'll find out what's good about it, how to shorten it.
Right, or if it's just bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what is the essence you have to have of all the people you know? What does Chris have? What do you have? What does Jerry have? The range of people, and you know more of the young comedians than I do.
Yeah, I hope so. It would be pretty strange if you were at the cutting edge of all the new comics. I'd be like, what are you doing?
You'd barely be impressed then, wouldn't you?
Aren't you busy?
What did they have?
What do they have? We all have, first of all, a enormous love and obsession with comedy and with jokes. Yeah. It's just this love and this, you know, when Chris agreed to, he just offered to help me with the hours. And then I asked him to direct my HBO special. But it was really just the excitement of, and it doesn't need to be you delivering the joke. If I can help someone with their jokes, it's so fun. It's just this drive that we have, this love of language, and this you know, working out of ideas. We think of a premise, and it's just like, yes, oh my God, you could go so much further with that. And it's just, we all like just delight in it the same way.
Do you ever go back to things you've used in an earlier stand-up and bring them back and just try them again? Yeah,
well, Jerry changed my thinking of using old material, just in terms of, he said, you know, my generation of comics is this, once you say it on TV, it's burned, and you can never say it again. And then he's kind of like, who do you think you are that everyone's seeing every joke you've ever said? So give the audience the best show possible. So right now, if I'm doing an hour and change show, I'll do 2 jokes that might equal up to like a minute of some of my older stuff that are you know, the jokes that I'm the most proud of having ever written. And I liked that philosophy of, and just, you have to remind yourself, it's not about you. These people have bought tickets, they've come, you know, they got dressed up, they parked, and they want you to entertain them. So I go up every show promising myself that I'm gonna do the best show I've ever done in my life. And I want them to just leave happy. And
you'll do anything. I mean, you'll give everything to make it. I'll
give everything.
I mean, it's like Springsteen on stage.
That is exactly how I think of myself. Well, no, because I don't do like 3 hours, and I don't get as sweaty. Yeah.
Now, is an hour about the right time?
An hour and 20 minutes is about what I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Did acting come naturally?
Yeah, I've been in plays since I was 5, so just performing came naturally. I studied acting. I was trained. Once in college, and then after I did this 2-year Meisner program with William Esper. And so it was something that I wanted to get better at. I've only ever cared about acting, comedy, and volleyball my whole life, and it's everything else. I'm very lazy.
Did you watch volleyball at the Olympics?
Yeah, I did. I watched beach. I didn't watch indoor, even though I played indoor.
You played you play indoor as well?
Now I play if I play at all, I play beach, just because it's hard to get, like, hey, can I have 9 friends come meet me at a gym? It's easier to get people to play just doubles on the beach.
How has the money made a difference in your life?
Money's been so nice. It's changed the way I travel, where I stay, and it's just made the people I'm closest to, it's been such a pleasure to be able to give to them, to my brother and sister and friends, and just make life easier, you know, just to be able to spread it out. And yeah, and that security, it's really nice. And it's really nice to have not come from money to have it, because I really appreciate it. But yeah, it's the security, because, you know, all I really care about is my friends and my family, and them being healthy and happy, and I can help with that.
How long does this last? Do you have any sense of that? Not that you should know how long this lasts, but do you worry about that? Do you worry that you know, 5 years from now, so I've got to do everything I possibly can. I'm so hot now. I am so good now. They have so many things that they want me to do.
Yeah.
I've got to go as fast as I can, as fiercely as I can, to do as much as I can.
I have felt that way my whole life, and since I've gotten this business, yeah, that's how I felt. I don't feel like that right now. I feel like I've hustled so hard for so long, and I need to keep myself sane and healthy. And now I feel like I can slow down a little bit, but I don't expect to be at this level for forever, or even necessarily much longer. And I don't aspire to. I want to keep doing stand-up. I want to keep writing and creating stuff, but I don't want to do the work to keep myself at this sort of level of buzz.
You don't want that?
No.
Because it's so intense.
It's so
intense.
And
everybody's hanging on everything and everywhere.
Yeah.
And, you know.
I never wanted that, and I don't want it now.
But it goes with the turf.
Right.
That you are part of now.
Yep.
Yeah. Has there been a plan, though? I mean, was there some sense, I'm going to make it in stand-up, and I know how good that will be, and I know how to be good, because I know I have timing, and I know I have comedic instincts. I just have to pay the price. I have to do the 10,000 hours or whatever it is.
Right.
You know, that kind of thing.
Like Gladwell.
Yeah, Malcolm Gladwell, right?
No, I never thought about making even $1 from stand-up. I tried it and I liked it, and it was a way of performing. And then I didn't know that people had managers or agents. I had no idea about the industry. And then a college agent came and saw me at a show and said, you can perform at colleges and you can make like $500 to $800 an hour. And I just was like, what? Like, my head exploded. Yeah. And then it was like, I would find out as an opportunity would present itself. I'm a comedy manager. Do you want, oh, okay. So it was never a means to any sort of ends of this will help me act. I think in LA you see a lot of models or people who are like, well, if I do stand-up, that'll be good for me to get hosting work. It was never like,
exactly.
It was never a plan. No, I've never had a plan.
And that's part of what's good about it.
Thank you.
No, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
well, you don't know. It's not like a plan. So
Yeah.
it evolves and it finds its own direction.
Right.
And
I have followed the river.
And its own speed, too.
Yeah.
It's what you said in here. Now that all of my work, my relationships, my tweets, my body parts, and my sandwiches are publicly analyzed, my sandwiches, I'm proud that I label myself a flawed, normal human before anyone else did. I've been called everything in the book, but I already branded myself a tramp, so the haters are going to have to come up with something fresh.
Yeah. That's about my tattoo.
Yeah. Was it intent or?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, did branding yourself as a tramp.
Yeah. Oh, it's like my you know, that's what's sort of the metaphor of the book. It's like I have this big, stupid lower back tattoo. So as soon as I am in a bathing suit.
But you don't want us to see it.
Well, no, it's on the back.
Oh, yes, it's on the back. I hadn't seen it. It is. There it is. That's a nice tattoo.
No, it's not. It is. No, it's raised because he went too deep. It's crooked. It doesn't mean anything.
Oh, so you're really defining the calligraphy of the tattoo.
Yeah, it's an awful tattoo. It's stupid. And as soon as but I think it's funny, and I'm not having it removed. It's just like, but that's what I'm saying.
Does Ben like it?
He seems to like everything. I haven't heard a complaint yet.
Can we talk about how you and Ben got together?
Yeah.
It's in the book.
Sure.
Tell me.
Well, we met on a dating app.
On a dating app?
It was a dating app, which is...
Amy Schumer is looking for...
it was like my friend Vanessa Bayer and I... Yeah. She told me about this app, and we just were kind of... We were looking through, we were like, let's sign up for it. And we were kind of giggling and whatever, but we both are single, and, we both always were kind of seeing somebody, but nothing that we really were wanting to nurture. And so we both signed up, and then you're scrolling, and it's fun. It's kind of, you're like, oh my God, people. So
yes. And this is not swiping and all that stuff.
No, it kind of is.
Oh, it is.
It's not Tinder or Bumble or anything like that, but it's... it was a site for creative people where it was supposed to be kind of private, and you can't screenshot anything. So we both signed up, and the first match that I got, the very first day, was with Ben, and his picture was him like dancing at a wedding with his grandma. It was just funny, and it didn't look like the other people on there. I was trying to look interesting and play some song that would make you think that they were cool. And he's the first person I talked to. And so I got off of the app in under 48 hours. So I was online dating for 48 hours. And we met up. We talked a little bit for like a month, and then he's from Chicago, and he was going to be in New York. And we met up. He came to, I was like, can you just come over? Because and my sister was like, you can't have a stranger from the internet come to your apartment, Amy. So it was raining.
Didn't Amy know that?
I'm just lazy. That's how lazy I am. I'm like risking murder, so I don't have to put a bra on. So he was downstairs waiting, and it was raining, and he was like holding a bottle of wine, and it was just this, we just kind of saw each other, and it was just like, I don't know, it was kind of a peaceful moment. I had never experienced it. It was just... We just kind of smiled.
You never experienced it?
I had never experienced...
The peaceful moment?
That kind of moment of seeing someone, because I'd never like gone on a date with a stranger anyway. Yeah, it's just seeing each other, and we just kind of walked to the restaurant we were going to drink at, and it just felt easy and calm and real and nice, and yeah, it was just sweet.
What surprises me is you hadn't found that before. Was that because you'd been all work?
Well, no, I've usually dated people that I've known.